Hi guys, today I'm going to read you the article titled 5 Ways Night Owls Soar. So the results came in from our most recent Facebook page, and you guys all shared by voting that you were more prone to be night owls and decided that being a night owl was better than actually waking up early. So if you're like me, then it's probably normally way past your bedtime when you look at the clock and you realize you're still wide awake. If you're like me, in the middle of the night, I make late night foods, I do redecorating, I even go grocery shopping, or I'm hard at work. It's nighttime and you feel wide awake. A tendency towards being a night owl can run in families, and when presented with the typical 9-to-5 setup, it can manifest into a really stressful cycle. For me, it's waking up at 7 a.m., getting to work by 9, leaving work by 5, then I get a second wind before 11 p.m., and then I sleep by 1 a.m. or later. For me, this has been a way of life since I was a teenager, and depending on what projects I'm working on or if my mind is busy, I can often find myself up until dawn. I long ago stopped asking why I was a night person, and then I found contentment in the benefits, which I will share with you today. The first benefit is potential for higher intelligence. Researchers in 2006 and 2009 confirmed via the science journal Personality and Individual Difference that we've listed on the site that night owls scored higher on a series of IQ tests versus regular scheduled participants. The second thing is physical strength. Apparently, if you are a night owl, you might display a phenomenon called night strength. Our strength increases around 9 p.m. It has been hypothesized that the increase was in the spinal cord and the motor cortex excitability, which means you're more flexible. This is actually the opposite of early risers and their motor cortex, which peaks during daytime hours. So if you enjoy working out in the afternoon or the nighttime, this could be why. The third reason is for creativity. The stillness of the night can actually be the perfect environment for a night owl. With really fewer distractions and general quietness, this can facilitate a peaceful time to slip into a reflective state. We'll exhibit more conscious thinking. Wandering minds will stretch further than typical thinking that will beg to birth all kinds of new ideas. This is when our inner musician or programmer or artist or writer, I actually wrote this at 3 a.m., decides to come out and play. Number 4 is flexible personalities. Have you ever shared a space with an early riser? They generally function very well on routine. Waking up happens on a schedule, going to bed has a specific time. And when there's a slight disruption in those schedules, it is more difficult for them to be flexible and adapt accordingly. Us night owls are more spontaneous and go with the flow, even during daylight hours, and we can adapt more to varying sleep patterns. And lastly there is a whole tribe of night owls. There's a secret society that started in 2005 by a gentleman named Von Glitzka. He's an illustrative designer that created the Night Owl Society. He worked for many years as a creative hired gun, by his own words, for agencies across the globe, and noticed that he and many other designers were working much better at night. So if you enjoy the quiet, uninterrupted perk of working late at night, the group actually might be for you. It's still around and membership is available for anyone. You'll receive a membership card, a sketch pad, some things for your keyboard, and a few other items that they give you when you join. You should really check them out. We've got a Facebook link for them in our article. So there you have it, guys. Morning and night owls are 2 different species. You know, if you break it down, I know that there's benefits to both sides of sleeping, but often night owls get the bad rap. So no matter if you're an early bird or a night owl, you are unique and special, just like your own circadian rhythm. Don't stress about changing your natural sleep preference and pattern unless there's a real need to do so. Be who you really are and shift your thinking of being a night owl as a strength rather than a problem that needs to be solved. And the next time that someone gets on you about your late night schedule, just tell them 10% of the population is actually awake with me. Thanks, guys.